VS Code inside a terminal sounds like a joke until the shell disappears and the full editor takes its place. That is the entire bet behind terminal code. In the official launch clip, one command opens a real VS Code workbench inside the same terminal window. The editor, file tree, source control, and code navigation all appear, then the user quits straight back to the shell. The question is not whether the trick is real. It is. The question is whether this is a useful new workflow or a very polished novelty. I checked the release, the repository, the installer, and the public demo to find out. Terminal code is not a text mode editor pretending to be VS Code. It combines Code Server, which runs the VS Code workbench in a browser, with Terminal Browser, which draws that browser inside a terminal using the Kitty graphics protocol. One warm local code server process can serve multiple editor windows, while a small bridge handles files, folders, diffs, source control, and live theme changes. That explains why the interface looks familiar and why extensions can work. It also explains the core requirement: your terminal must support the graphics layer. Ghosty and Kitty are the documented targets. The product is basically a browser-based IDE compressed into the terminal pane you already use. The strongest part of the launch is the workflow, not the marketing. Type Toad in a project and the shell becomes the editor. The longer first-party clip shows code navigation, the explorer, source control, command search, and a clean return to the shell. The smaller website demo proves the same open and scroll path in both light and dark themes. That is real moving product evidence. It does not prove performance on a huge repository, behavior over SSH, reliability inside every multiplexer, or how well dozens of extensions behave. This is first-party proof of the central interaction, not an independent stress test. I installed version 0.1.13 into an isolated test directory after inspecting the installer. The download is pinned to a SHA-256 checksum. The archive is replaced atomically, and the CLI correctly reported that the stable release was current. Help, upgrade check, and the built-in agent skill all ran successfully. That skill is unusually thoughtful. It explains the live install, profile, extensions, shortcuts, sockets, logs, and safe edit boundaries for an automation agent. I also installed the repository dependencies and ran the full test command. All 117 tests passed, and the package audit reported 0 known vulnerabilities. That validates the public code and CLI surface. I did not treat it as proof of a full daily driver session in every supported terminal. The trade-offs are exactly where you would expect for a brand new systems tool. The macOS release archive is about 130 megabytes before the first code server download. The editor keeps one shared VS Code profile, so imports and extension changes need intention. Shortcut conflicts are important enough to have their own setup wizard. Windows has no official build. The documented path is a compatible terminal plus the Linux release inside WSL. At this review cutoff, the repository had 1 public contributor, 50 commits, 11 GitHub releases, and 9 open issues. Those issues include exit behavior, shortcut setup, non-US keyboard input, and scaling. None kills the idea, but I'll say early release, not invisible infrastructure. My verdict is simple. Terminal code is a strong experiment for developers who already live in Ghosty or Kitty and want the real VS Code workbench without leaving a terminal-shaped workspace. The architecture is clever, the central interaction is proven, the CLI is deeper than the 7-second website demo suggests, and the codebase has a real test suite. But it is too early to recommend as a universal editor replacement. Try it on a temporary project, run the shortcut wizard, and import settings deliberately. If it survives your extensions, keyboard layout, and pane workflow, it may feel obvious. If your terminal lacks Kitty graphics or you need mature Windows support, wait. Links to the official site, repository, release, and launch post are below.